Hello everybody, we are back here on the Hunter Call the Wild with our second video of the day. This time we're going to be taking a much more detailed look at all of the different weapons that are being added in this update here. Now, this is an early access look. Thank you to Expansive Worlds for allowing me to do this. The update, if I'm not mistaken, should be out tomorrow, the 25th. So, might want to clear your schedules because we're getting an update very soon. But let's go ahead and get into testing everything out. I told you guys earlier in video 1 that it was going to be a shorter video and that the full testing video would be later. Well, here it is, man. Here is the full testing video. Let's see how the SKS does on whitetail deer. I'm really curious because the SKS absolutely shocked us by dropping a tar in its tracks with a double lung. And the fact that this is a class 2-6 rifle is crazy. Look how quickly it's killing that whitetail with what is probably a single lung shot. That is impressive, but can it do weird angles? Let's see. That was probably on my end there. That was not a great shot by me. I was aiming a little bit too high, but I'd say it's safe to say it probably won't have enough penetration for frontal shots, but I guess we'll see. This is probably going to be a better indication of what the weird angles are going to be like with this rifle. Let's see what we can do here. This is about 260 away. We're zeroed for 300. I mean, if that didn't hit vitals, then I don't know what will. So second shot did. The second one we shot was good, but the frontal shot was not. So maybe don't take frontal shots with this SKS if you're going to be hunting bigger animals like the whitetail deer. And by bigger, I mean big for this caliber. Let's see what the penetration is like on this guy. So yeah, this was the quartering angle. We barely got into a lung. So that is where the Quest Reaper is going to struggle a little bit. Is quartering angled shots on something the size of a whitetail deer. But for anything broadside, it's phenomenal. And obviously, if you're shooting smaller animals like the tar or something like a chamois, or definitely a fox, then this thing is going to absolutely destroy them. This was the very first one that we shot in this video, and wow, that was a spine lung shot. That would have been double lung if I had aimed a little bit lower. Impressive, man. All right, let's see what the follow-up shot potential is with this SKS. I think it's going to be pretty phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, holy crap, look at that. We dropped that second deer as well. I believe this should be a diamond if I'm not mistaken. Ah, so close, but wow. Considering we hit the ulna, that is not bad. We actually still got a lung. I mean, it doesn't show that it hit the lung, but I guess we got a lung. I'm most interested in what happened to this guy, though, because he dropped on the spot. Was this a double lung hit, or was it possibly a heart? Oh, it was a heart shot. Well, that makes sense. Still pretty good performance out of this 7.62x39 bullet. We got some more long-range shots to take now. This is about 260 if I'm not mistaken. So let's aim a little bit low, 0 for 300, and take a shot at him. Missed the second shot on that guy, but the first one is already down. Man, it's just so impressive. What this... Oh, no, we hit the doe. Well, who knows where she's going to respawn now. Honestly, that's impressive when you think about it. We just accidentally got a good shot on that doe with this gun. That is pretty awesome. First one, though, that is a double lung hit. Wow, that thing got double lung from 260 meters? Man, this thing is so powerful for a 2-6 weapon. That is just mind-blowing to me that a class 2-6 rifle is doing this good on whitetail deer. The 243 is, not terrible, but it doesn't do this good. Okay, so this is going to be another kind of tough shot with the brand new SKS. Can we finally get a frontal heart shot or something? The penetration has not been amazing on these frontal shots, so really curious. Do 2 shots there because I definitely messed up the first one. Man, yeah, so it does not do good on frontal shots on a whitetail, but like I said before, that's not too big of a deal because this is kind of at the higher end of what you'd want to shoot with this rifle anyway. You know, for the sake of testing out all of these weapons to really compare them to each other, I want to just shoot whitetail in this video to see how each of these rifles does on whitetail deer. But I'm really curious what this SKS is going to do to smaller animals. So If you guys want to see a full breakdown on just the SKS shooting a bunch of different animals like foxes and chamois and feral goats and stuff like that, then let me know in the comments down below, because I think it's going to be a really awesome rifle for those types of animals. Let's see if we can make a good shot here. Yeah, I mean, that's going to do it. They're both going down. I mean, it can do very well with broadside shots on whitetail deer. It may not be able to do those frontal shots, but it is incredible at the broadside shots. And honestly, guys, I really just can't stress it enough how impressive this rifle is. I mean, this is a small game rifle for classes 2 to 6 that can take down a whitetail deer in reasonable time with a single lung. That was a single lung shot with full quick kill. I mean, for a 2 to 6 rifle, that's so impressive. No other rifle that can shoot a class 2 animal compares to this. This is so impressive, man. So freaking impressive. That wasn't even like a lung shot. That was a liver intestines and then intestines, and we still got full quick kill. Okay, we got some more weird angles. I think this one I will be able to hit, but this one I'm not so sure about. Let's see. Can we get in a lung? I think we definitely can. That one, though. Oh, it was starting to lose health. We actually did get a quartering shot to hit the lung. So I guess it's going to depend on the distance with this rifle. If you want to get a good quartering shot or a good frontal shot on a whitetail deer, it really seems like you need to be within 150 meters. Oh gosh. Oh no, I broke it. It's okay, so don't fast travel while it's reloading. Okay. Oh, no, it's... Okay, let's just shoot it. Okay, it fixed it. That was so weird. And here is that buck that we shot from the front. Yeah, that was good. I mean, man, at 180 meters, it did good. Got through a lot of flesh before it hit the lung. So, I mean, within 200 meters, it's actually pretty solid on frontal shots. It's just if you go past that, it really loses a lot of that penetration. But again, I can't stress this enough. This gun's not even really designed for whitetail. It's designed more for stuff the size of a tar or smaller. Stuff like a fox, you know, stuff like a coyote. Things like the feral goats. Whitetail, man, it still does great on whitetail. It's just so impressive. Now, I know semi-automatic rifles are not everybody's favorite thing here in the Hunter Call of the Wild. I see a lot of comments of people saying they want more bolt actions, but me personally, I love semi-automatic rifles. I love them in real life. I love them in game. They've always been my go-to. They're just so reliable. They're so awesome, dude. I love semi-automatics. And this will be the final zone that we use this SKS on in this video, and then we'll move on to the other ones. Now, there is something else I should mention, since there may be some new viewers watching right now. If you are not familiar with the channel, we use a grinding method called herd management, which gives you better spawns. You end up getting better trophies out of it because you're essentially loading your map up with low levels to create better respawns for the remaining ones. So, for example, this map right here, I have 71 whitetail drink zones, and about 60 of them are all level 1 males, and the remaining 11 are the ones that I hunt. That is why we get a lot of level 3s. If you want more info, check all the videos and guides on the channel. Looks like we did manage to kill both of them here, and yeah, that was our big level 2. First shot did not do good. Second shot was great. Nailed him and took him down with 97% quick kill from 250 meters away. Not bad, man. Now, this other one I think was a better shot. Yeah, full quick kill on him. That's a thoracic vertebrae and left lung hit. Not bad at all once again. The next rifle we're going to try out is the brand new 308 AK. This right here is the Perry 308. Now, as you guys know, 308 is a 428 class weapon and is very commonly used for stuff like whitetail, so this is absolutely perfect for them. We're going to see what type of deal we got going here. Is this rifle going to be super, super reliable for follow-up shots? Is it going to be accurate? Will there be low recoil? I guess we'll find out. Another thing I probably should mention that is quite important to what we're doing here is the fact that I have the recoil management perk to level 3. So you're not going to have the exact same results as me if you're not using the recoil management perks. You can find those in the shotgun category right here. It applies to all weapons, and it does reduce the recoil by a substantial amount. Now, let's go ahead and take a couple shots down range. I see the doe that we accidentally killed respawned here. So I guess we're going to kill her and that buck. Oh, she moved. I don't know if you guys saw that, but she like twitched backwards and made me miss. Dude, man, I love the rail that they put on this AK. Look at the rail for the scope. Oh, that's so sick. I think it's pretty obvious what the performance is going to be like on this thing. I mean, it dropped her in her tracks and got double lung, as we expect from the 308 rifles in the game. If you're within a couple hundred meters, you're going to pretty much always drop them on the spot. Let's go for a little bit of, oh my gosh, we watched them respawn right in front of us. I just looked over there and there was 3. And then boom, we go down the scope and boom, there's 5. This zone said it was 2 and we looked at 2. I'm curious, did all my respawns just happen? 2. Okay, no, this is still 2, so just some of the respawns. But still, let's take down a massive freaking diamond, dude. That is amazing. I mean, what else do you expect? 308, amazing. Honestly, the recoil control is fantastic as well. That is so controllable. There is this monstrous buck right here. What's he going to score? 272.82. That was a single lung hit because we did end up hitting the ulna. So anytime it's got to go through a bone, it's going to stop the penetration a little bit. But that's still super nice, man. Like, I mean, it performs as you would expect from a 308. But I'm really impressed with the recoil control. I feel like the recoil control on it is amazing. It is so easy to control it and get back on target. That is definitely a very noticeable thing with it. Here is going to be another perfect opportunity to test out how quickly you can get back on target with this rifle. Let's just line up. Oh my gosh, it's effortless. It is like effortless. That is the lowest recoil, I think, of any of the 308s. I mean, I could be wrong, but this just feels like it's got such low recoil. It's crazy to see how far Expansive Worlds has come with rifles. Back in the day, man, like so many rifles had ridiculous amounts of recoil, and now like the majority of modern rifles we get here in the Hunter Call of the Wild from like the last maybe 2 years have been pretty easy to control. Even the 300 AR, which I guess that makes sense because it is a very heavy gun that they modeled it after, and an AR platform is always going to be a little bit better on recoil. It is now time to try out the brand new 30-06. This right here is the Hansen 30-06, and honestly, it is a really sick looking rifle. I'm a pretty big fan of it. Let's take some shots down range. I expect this to perform very similarly to other 30-06s in the game. Ah, that sound is so nice. I love that sound. Out of all of them, I feel like this is one of my favorite sounding rifles. There's just something about it. It's very punchy, very bassy, and I like that in a rifle. I also like the way the SKS sounds, but I don't know, man. This 30-06 is really grabbing my attention. And look at that. Just destroying whitetail like it's nothing with practically no recoil at all. Let's see what the damage is like on this guy. So that was a single lung, liver, stomach, and it dropped it in its tracks. Is it just me, or does that seem to have more penetration than normal? Huh, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like it is getting fantastic penetration. Let's see what the damage is like on these first 2. They dropped in their tracks as well. Yeah, that was that was crazy. Wow. Dude, this rifle is insane. Now, I think the SKS so far is still my favorite in the pack, but man, this Hansen 30-06 is insane as well. I love how controllable it is. I love the sound of it more than anything. And obviously, it looks super cool as well. It reminds me of the Vepr Hunter in Escape from Tarkov. A little bit different, but it's very similar in looks. All right, let's see what we can do at this zone right here. We have 3 bucks downrange. I'm going to go for these 2 because they're really close to each other. Oh my gosh, the controllability is crazy. I mean, I didn't get a very good shot on that, but that was my fault. Wow, I was able to get back on target so quick. That is insane. Guys, let me know in the comments if you want to see me do a video showcasing each of these different weapons, hunting a bunch of different animals instead of just one like this. Let me know if you want to see 3 different videos all dedicated to individual guns. I kind of want to do that just because I want to start with the SKS and hunt a bunch of like fox and stuff like that with it. Then I kind of also want to do an entire video on this 30-06 right here, hunting a bunch of different animals like red deer, black-tailed deer, you know, all that type of stuff. And at that point, why not make a video on all 3 individually? Because, I mean, if I'm already doing it for 2 of them, might as well do it for the 3rd one as well, the 308. Even though I'm not as big of a fan of the 308 as I am the other 2 rifles, I still feel like I should do an individual video for each of the rifles. Let's go for some shots on these guys downrange. A little bit of a quartering angle. I mean, still dropped it in its tracks. That's so impressive, man. What about this one? Oh, we dropped them all! No way. This gun is so fun. I love that. Let's see, what were those shots like? Did I just get lucky with hard shots? No. That was a double lung from 263. And it dropped it in its tracks. That is insane. You know, you guys can correct me, but I don't feel like the Eckers 30-06 or the M1 did this. I mean, that was a spine shot and I dropped it. Although we did hit spinal cord, which the spinal cord does kill them quicker than thoracic vertebrae. What about this guy? Gosh, I mean, I guess this rifle's just a freaking beast. Let's see how some frontal shots are with this thing, because I feel like with what we've seen so far, it should perform great on frontal as well. I'm going to wait on this guy to raise his head. Did not get vitals on either, but to be honest, that was probably just me not aiming properly. I mean, the follow-up shots are just crazy. Okay, so after seeing how that Hansen 30-06 does, I brought out the Eckers 30-06 to kind of get a little bit of a comparison. So let's take a shot on this doe right here and dropped her on the spot. Let's take another shot on this buck right here and dropped him again. Let's see what the penetration looks like on the old Eckers 30-06. I mean, hit it in the heart, so that's why it dropped so quick. I don't know. I kind of feel like the new one might have a little more penetration. Obviously, I'd have to do a more in-detailed comparison to really notice the difference, like at specific distances and angles and stuff like that. In fact, now that I've mentioned that, let me know in the comments, guys, if you want me to do comparison videos to the brand new 30-06 versus all the old 30-06s and the brand new 308 versus all of the old 308s. Let me know if you guys want to see a video like that. I think it could be quite interesting and helpful. And did not drop him. But I did drop him. Okay, so we're going to have to see what I hit on that first shot. If that shot was a single lung plus stomach and liver and it didn't drop it, then I would say the new one was dealing more damage, but I mean, that's going to be really hard to tell. Double lung dropped it at that distance, which, you know, not too shocking. What about this one? What did we hit on it? That was just a single lung. Okay. Okay. You know, maybe they are about the same. But like I was saying, that's kind of why I want to do a comparison video on the Hansen 30-06, the Eckers 30-06, and the M1 Garand, because I'm really curious what the major differences are between all of them. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see that. I definitely think it could be cool. But thank you guys so much for watching this video right here. This is our first look, or, well, not really first look, but first in-depth look at all 3 of these new rifles and kind of how they perform on whitetail deer. Again, there will be some videos showcasing each of these individual weapons on a bunch of different animals, as well as videos showcasing the brand new New Zealand TAR and stuff like that in future videos. Like, we'll probably dedicate a video to each of the different things. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment down below. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace.